Hey guys, welcome to Bastian Time. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to some Nintendo news. First of all, Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, is coming out, or has it already come out when this video airs? I'm not sure. But in any case, the European version is one slight edit that's different from the American version, and it's kind of for an unusual reason. It just sort of highlights the fact that that European English and American English are very different in terms of slang and in terms of what's offensive, what's not appropriate to be in a kid's game. So, for instance, in the American version, Princess Bubblegum calls Flame Princess a tart, which isn't a big deal in America. In America, a tart is just like, oh, a saucy lady, or or something. We don't really use that word ever. Basically, if you ever hear the word tarts, it's like in an old movie, or it's referring to those little pastry things, but we don't even really eat those really in America. Whereas over in England, it is a swear word. Basically, it's you just don't say that word in a kids game or kids TV show. There are a lot of interesting words like that, where over in America it's pretty innocuous, but over in England, for instance, in America, we refer to a person's backside as their fanny, and people wear fanny packs, but it means something completely different in England, and it's just not appropriate to say that word. Yeah. But anyways, let's get to the next story. Another installment of retailers getting Nintendo products completely wrong in their advertising. Do you see anything wrong with this advertisement? Yeah, that's a 2DS? Huh, interesting. Good job, Walmart. We got some interesting statistics last week saying that the 3DS has now sold more units than the Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64, of course, was a big smash. It's one of those consoles that's like, that was the good one. Like GameCube gets a bad rep, but the Nintendo 64 is kind of sort of held up on a pedestal as this was the awesome one. And so the 3DS has sold more units than it. Not surprising, the 3DS is still the #1 best-selling console, which I never thought handhelds were considered consoles, but I guess they are, and it's the best-selling one, so cool. And it's just funny, like, if you could go back in time to the 3DS's launch and tell all of those cynical analysts out there who were like, oh, the 3DS is dying, it's not going to sell at all, and it wasn't selling very well at all when it was first released, and all of these analysts were saying, oh, it's going to die, and it's going to be Nintendo's big embarrassment. If you could go back to then and tell these people, actually, it's going to outsell the Nintendo 64 and be the best-selling console for quite a while. I think that that's a good thing to focus on when you hear all these naysayers talking about how the Wii U is doomed and that it's going to kill Nintendo. No, it's probably not. In fact, I bet this holiday season things are going to turn around. However, there was a survey that leads us into our next story, wherein there is this survey that shows that there's little intent to buy for the Wii U. Very little intent to buy. Of course, everybody's super excited this season for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One because they're brand new and they're out for this holiday season. But intent to buy doesn't always translate into did buy. I have a feeling that a lot of kids are going to be getting Wii U's this Christmas, whether they want their Xbox Ones or PlayStation 4s instead or not, because there are a lot of awesome bundles coming out and stuff, so I don't really care about this survey, to be honest with you. I think that Wii U's going to have a pretty good holiday season, but we'll just have to wait and see, of course. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for Zelda News. Bye, guys.